What is up, y'all? How you doing? How you doing? It is finally time for the weekly forecast. I know I'm a little bit late, but I've been a busy old boy the past couple days, man. Been in my studio here working, doing readings from sun up to sundown. And I still got another little pile of readings I got to jump on after this. So I'm a little bit late, sorry, but the customers come first. I have to, you know. So, all right. Anyway, let's get down to business. So, you know what to do if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. The information is down there in the description of this video. And for those of you who missed the memo, I still have a July sale going on. It's not the 4th of July sale. The 4th of July sale was all of my full personal readings were half price. So the July sale is, once the 4th of July sale was over, the one-day turnaround readings went back to regular price. But my other full personal readings are still half price. So I'm keeping that going for the remainder of July. But if you want a one-day turnaround, basically the next day, that's back to regular price now. So, all right. Check the description of the video. You'll find that link that'll take you straight to that page on my website. All right, y'all. Let me find a deck that'll talk to me. All right, there y'all are. What's up? Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Appreciate you. All right, Aries. We got any Aries people in the house? I know y'all are probably the first ones that showed up, ain't you? All right, Aries, let's see what we got for you. Let's see what we got. What kind of messages do we got for Aries? Kind of seems like there's some kind of situation that's like not been going anywhere. I don't know if you've been waiting on somebody, maybe waiting to hear from somebody or waiting on somebody to make a decision. And I'm really feeling like you're just getting tired of it. I don't know if you're meeting somebody new. Some of you may possibly be connecting with somebody new, maybe. But for whatever reason, I feel like you're just tired of waiting on this situation. Tired of waiting on this person. Tired of waiting to see where it's going to go, if things are going to change. All right. Yeah, this situation's been messing with you a little bit, honestly. It's been messing with you, and for some of you, it's messing with you a little bit more than you want to admit. This is kind of what I'm feeling here. For some of you, whatever's happened in this situation may even be impacting like your performance at work. You know, like your everyday life is just harder to trudge through life because of the stress this situation is causing. Some of you dealing with a Gemini possibly, but yeah, I'm really feeling like it's getting to the point to where it almost feels like the connection's not even there anymore. I don't know what it was that happened between the two of you, but it kind of seems like whatever it was that happened put like a permanent dent in the connection between the two of you. So it kind of feels like the connection's not really there. But I can tell you that you and this person are karmically tied currently. You are karmically tied. I'm thinking some of you are possibly connecting with a new person, but even if you're connecting with somebody new, you're still kind of keeping them at an arm's distance and staying single. I feel like there's a couple of groups of you. There's one group of you that's kind of wanting to just stay single and not mess with nothing right now because it's just too much of a headache. Others of you, you are connecting with somebody new, but you're not trying to jump head first into it. You know, just kind of keeping them at an arm's distance. Been through too much of a headache with this love shit, you know, for the past however long. And you're focusing on your work, your career, and your finance. Some of you may actually be out looking for a new job, possibly. Well, okay. You are starting a brand new cycle, though. Ready or not. Ready or not. Ready or not. See, a lot of times the universe will give you a little window of time to get ready for the new cycle. right? It'll be a slow, gradual, transitionary process out of one cycle and into a new one. But then after a certain point, the universe be like, all right, you ain't ready, tough titty said to kitty. Yeah, you're starting a new cycle, you know? So a lot of you are off to a new cycle, even if you're not ready for it. What is the overall general outcome for Aries? Anything new coming in? Anything old coming back? Or are you just going to go fucking detach yourself from everybody and be a hermit? Overall main outcome, starting a whole new cycle. I think you got somebody new coming in. There's a new connection making its way in. I don't know if you're participating in this connection though. Yup. New connection coming in, but again, hang on a second, y'all, hold up. Again, you all are Hermit, 9 of Cups. So it's like, you stay over there. Stay over there. I'm just doing me. I'm doing me, doing my thing, focusing on my work and finance. Plus, it doesn't really seem like this person has a lot of emotion anyway. So that, you know, maybe they're a little bit cold and detached. So you're just really up in your head, not really making a decision. And like I said, focusing on, and I think you're keeping your options open too. Yeah, I don't think you're settling down right now. You are definitely, this feels like you learned your lesson and you're not jumping head first into anything that, you know, could get you in trouble again. Oh man, well, should I do some advice? We'll just get a couple of advice cards. I'm not going to pull a whole spread. Yeah, it ain't worth it. If the energy feels funny, if the energy feels off, look, while you are carrying the burden of a connection with one person, it's very tricky, risky business to connect with a new person. Matter of fact, here's what I told a client just earlier today, okay? Because they asked me that. They said, there's a potential for a new love offer. Should I even explore this if I'm still so tightly tied to this person? And I told her this. I said, okay, if you are a very conscious energy worker, you can work through it. But here's the analogy, okay? Most people don't know a whole lot about energy and energy behavior. So imagine this. Imagine you have 100 pounds strapped to your back and you have to climb a mountain. You got to climb a mountain. Now, if you aren't very active and you're not a hiker and you don't do mountain climbing, I would not recommend trying to climb a mountain with 100 pounds strapped to your back. But if you're active, if you know a thing or two about hiking, if you maybe have done stuff like this before, okay, it's going to be dangerous, but as long as you pay attention to what you're doing and you're very careful, you can make it. Is that a good analogy? Is that a good analogy? But to me, my thing is it even worth the risk? Is it one slip? You slip one time, bow, right? I think that's a fair analogy. All right, Taurus. Taurus, what are the messages for the Taurus collective? What messages do we have for Taurus? Ooh, you're starting to see the truth about a person or a situation. I don't know if you're starting to realize that somebody's not been being honest with you, or maybe for some of you, there could have been some red flags that you were kind of trying to turn a blind eye to it. But whatever it is, you're starting to see the truth. You're starting to come to your senses about a particular situation or a person or whatever it is. Man, you got a lot of feelings for this person, though. You do. I think, man, this is hard to say. Yeah, you're having a hard time walking away from this, whatever it is. You're having a hard time moving on from this. For those of you in a situation in which there is no communication, there's a very strong chance of communication. I think this person is thinking about it. They're thinking about it. They know what they want to say. I'll tell you that much. I think they do want to talk to you, and they do know what they want to say. You're having this internal mental battle. You don't know what the right decision is, because this is a really intense connection with somebody you have really strong feelings for. But at the same time, your logical mind is seeing the truth and seeing the red flags about this situation. So you're torn. Could be a Pisces for some of you. I also have Libra, Gemini. I'm kind of feeling like there's a little bit of codependency energy in here. Maybe it appears as though this person can fill a void in your heart. Maybe. That's an illusion, y'all. That's an illusion. I know that sometimes a person can create an emotional response that'll distract you from your problems temporarily, but that doesn't mean that they're filling a void. And when we get into relationships, basically on that premise, then that's when it turns into a codependency attachment. Very common. Very, very common. I'd feel safe saying that 80%, if not more, relationships right now, that's probably the energy that brought the two of them together. What's the overall general outcome for Taurus? Overall primary outcome. Is this situation taking a turn for the best, for the worst, or just plateauing and staying the same? Seven of Wands. So some of you might end up having a heated conversation with this person. A tense, heated, awkward conversation. But this person's not really opening up to you. For those of you dealing with a past person, there is a possibility for a reconciliation attempt. And there's the codependency card again for the second time in a row. It just doesn't really seem like this person wants to open up and be transparent with you. Just doesn't seem like it. So you might end up just turning around and walking away from this with more questions than answers. So, okay. Still having a hard time letting go of this, though. Still having a hard time. Some of you dealing with a Taurus. I also have Sagittarius there. What advice do we have? What's the advice? The conflict card in the reverse is the advice. Same card that came out for Aries. Don't let it turn into no drama. Just don't let it. The minute you feel it, come on, because we all know better. We all know better. You know when you're about to say that thing that's going to result in it popping off into drama. You know, right? So try to catch yourself whenever you feel compelled to say that thing or whatever it is that'll just make it blow up into an argument. Just ghost. You're better off ghosting than letting it pop off into this drama. Because that just creates karmic energy is all that does. That just straps you even tighter to the karmic wheel. What'd I tell you? The ghosting card. You're better off ghosting somebody than fighting and arguing with them. Especially when they know what they did. Now, I'm not saying ghost for no reason. You know, we're talking, we're having a good old time, and we're making plans and whatnot. Then poof, ghost. That's not what I'm saying. When they know what the fuck they did, especially when they doing it on purpose, right? You know what the hell you did. You know what you said. You know you was trying to fucking piss me off, and You know you was trying to jab me. I ain't stupid. Don't play stupid. You know what you did. Then just go silent. Or don't. You can let it pop off into drama if you want. It's just advice. All right. Gemini. What are the messages for the Gemini collective? What are the messages? Some of you dealing with a Pisces. Hang on. Don't know what to say about that. Hold up. Four of Wands. Okay, so this is something that, did you walk away from this? I'm feeling like this is something that you've already walked away from. So this kind of feels like a situation in which there is either no communication or little to none. And I'm kind of feeling like the person that you're dealing with occasionally does things to try to get your attention. There's a wide open door of opportunity. You're standing there with the door hanging wide open like, come on, you can come hit me up whenever you want. But for whatever reason, they're kind of hanging back, not expressing how they feel, not coming to you straight up, you know. It almost kind of feels like they're giving you the silent treatment a little bit. But they're doing little things to try to get a reaction out of you. Sorry, this feels like past person energy right here, man. This past person energy. I can't steer around that. 8 of Cups, 6 of Cups. It don't get no pastier than that. Okay? This is the pastiest past person reading I've done in a long time. Look at that. So, okay, some of you dealing with a Taurus. I also have Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Ooh, I got Leo hiding in there too. Oh, and here's Aquarius. It could be anybody, you know that. All right, some of you, there could have been a third party situation. There could be a third party in the mix for some of you. All right, well, some of you, I'm feeling like probably most of you are aware that they're trying to get your attention and you're ignoring it on purpose. And I would say, good for you. Don't play those childish ass games. Don't play them childish ass games. Don't react to that. Don't react or respond to that shit. Let's see what's the outcome for Gemini. Anything new coming in? Anything old coming back? Will there be any action taken with this situation? What's going on? Queen of Wands, you putting your foot down, boo-boo. Maybe, now I'm going to get real specific here for a second, but this is an important message. And even if it's only one or two of you, some of you have been on and off with this person, okay? I know it's not all of you, so if it's not you, just chill for a minute. Some of you have been on and off with this person. You done played this game before, right? And they've gotten real good at pushing them emotional buttons of yours. They've been studying what button to push to get what reaction out of you. And it ain't working this time, is it? It ain't working this time. Especially when you take one trip around the merry-go-round, and then you take another trip, and then you take another trip. You repeat the cycle and repeat the cycle and repeat the cycle. And it's like, look, I'm not going on that ride again. I ain't doing it. Every time I bring you back into my life and give you a chance and you say you're going to change and this, that, the third, and the other thing, it's the same shit every time. I ain't doing it. Again, I know that that's not all of you, on and off, but you putting your foot down, boo-boo. Ooh, and so are they. Both of y'all are kind of mirroring each other. This kind of feels like a stubborn, silent standoff. Open door of opportunity, but nobody's making a decision. Nobody's making a move. Ooh, they planning though. They planning. They don't really know exactly how to approach you though. Yeah, silent standoff. Silent standoff. What's the advice? What is the advice? Six of Swords. Keep on moving then. Keep on moving then. You already know what it's going to be. See, normally, well, there's a time and a place. There's a time and a place to be the bigger person. Okay? You know, sometimes, depending on the situation, there's a time and a place to be the bigger person and go ahead and reach out and apologize. There's a time and a place for that. But this ain't the time, the place, or the situation for that. Because this is a power struggle, is what this is. This is a power struggle. Basically, the way this person sees it is if you bend over and fold and come forward, they're going to take that as having power over you. So, keep on walking. Do some healing. Quit losing sleep over this shit. Okay? Healing. Healing. Close out this karmic tie. Release this karmic tie. Before you even think about talking to this person, do as much healing and as much releasing as you possibly can. And give yourself some time. Okay? All right. Cancer. What is good with my Cancerians? What's the message for the Cancerian clan, man? Oh, there we go. Okay, that's it. Boom, justice reverse. Some of you dealing with a Libra. That's actually a fairly common energetic pairing that I see come through a lot. Cancer and Libra. One thing I see a lot is qualities mix. Cardinal signs always end up coming together. Mutable signs always end up coming together, and fixed signs always end up coming together. See that a lot. And it's always a challenge. Always. All right. Some of you could be dealing with either a third-party situation or suspected third party. A lot of trust issues here in this situation. A whole lot. Man, some of you, there's just too much manipulation here. Manipulation with the Magician in the reverse. I'm thinking, though, that especially if this is somebody you're not in contact with, you will be. You will be. But I don't think it'll take too terribly long before you end up finding out that there is a third party. Oh, yeah. So this kind of looks to me like it's going to be kind of an on and off thing. I think for a lot of you, this is a person you've already separated from with the Death card. Something that already came to an end. I'm kind of seeing a very brief reappearance. Very brief reappearance. Somebody is hoping for a reconciliation attempt, but then a third party is found out, you know. Like maybe, I'm going to give you a hypothetical scenario. Like, say, for example, two of you split, right? And it's been 3 months. And then they end up showing up back in your inbox, you know? And then we agree, okay, well, let's go hang out. Let's meet up Friday. So we go out Friday and we're trying to catch up. You know, this is what I've been up to. This is what I've been up to. And we're catching up and whatnot. And then, okay, well, it really looks like things are going good. And then a couple of days later, you end up finding out that they've been in a relationship this whole time that you didn't know about, and it fell through, and that's the only reason they came back to you, right? It fell through, and they're kind of still, they're all mixed up with somebody else over here, you know, that type of energy. Not saying it has to be that exact situation, but you know the energy behind those type of situations? Come on, man. You know you've been there. Come on, man. It's kind of what this feels like. Let's see what's the overall general outcome. Will this situation turn out for the best? Will it turn out for the worst? Or what's up? Something new coming in. This deck's getting an attitude. Let me try one more time. Hang on. Wands reversed. Yeah, nah, I'm thinking for whatever reason, you're making a solid decision to back away from this. Yeah. Ace of Cups, Knight of Cups reversed. You're making a solid decision to back away from this. Yeah, you're closing out this karmic cycle. A lot of you are really adapting the mentality of either bring me my person or don't bring me nobody. I know that's not all of you, but I feel like a big chunk of you are really stepping into that energy. Bring me my person or don't bring me nobody. Don't bring me fucking nobody. I would rather die completely alone and peaceful than in a toxic shit show of a relationship, right? What's the point? What's the point? If I bring you into my life and you don't bring nothing but drama, anxiety, fucking arguments and fights and if that's all you bring to my life, I don't want you. I don't want nobody. If that's what a relationship's going to be about, I'd rather be alone. A lot of you are stepping into that energy. And I got news. For those of you stepping into that energy, this person's right around the corner. We get a couple of advice cards for Cancer. Couple advice cards. Couple advice cards for the Cancerian collective. Don't be dealing with anybody who is too immature to play the part you need them to play. See, it's so easy to get stuck with a person who you see the good in them, you see the potential, but they don't have the capability. So we hold out. We hold out in hopes that they'll wake up and pop their head out of their ass one day, because you know that they have the potential. You know, you see that good, healthy person buried deep, deep down in there. They just don't have the psychological or emotional intelligence to let that person come up to the forefront and take the wheel. And we can waste a lot of time on that. A lot of time on that. It's like, you know, a kindergartner who's really smart for a kindergartner. So you see how smart they are. So you waste all this time trying to get them to figure out algebra, right? And like, no matter how hard you try, you see they're so fucking smart, but they're not quite smart enough to do algebra. And you can waste years and years and years and years and years on somebody who doesn't have it in them. Okay? All right, Leo. Leo, Leo. What are the messages for Leo? Whatever you're dealing with or whoever you're connected with, this is just nothing but a burden at this point. This is just a burden for some. Well, hang on. I don't want to say yet. Hold up. Two more shuffles. Two more. Judgment. Seven of Wands. I'm trying to figure out if this is past energy, current energy, new energy. Okay. It's hard to say. I'm feeling like the two biggest groups of Leos that need to hear this message are either dealing with a past person or a current person. Either way, I'm going to try to cover them all. I'm going to try my best. It's becoming nothing but a burden. Being connected to this person has done nothing but hold you down and weigh you down and hold you back. And it just does nothing but add drama to your life. Right? You haven't really had a peaceful day in a long time as a result of being connected with this person. Some of you could possibly have kids with this person, but I feel like you all are mirroring each other too much. And mirroring each other too much, that can cause problems. I do feel like you all have created a lot of karma here with this situation, but you are dealing with somebody that is very, very small-minded, very, very single-minded. They're very narrow-minded. And it seems like they don't even have the capability to see things from your perspective. Could be an Aries for some of you. Also have Taurus here. Okay. That's about all I can do. For those of you dealing with a past person, you're still transitioning on from this, even though it's hard. For those of you dealing with a current person, you got 1 foot out the door. You got 1 foot out the door, yo. 1 foot out the door, yo. All right, well, what's the overall outcome? Is something new coming in, something old coming back, or what? Whatever. What's going on for Leo, specifically in this situation here? What's the main outcome for this situation? Main outcome altogether. Bam, Judgment. A decision is being made. What is the decision? Starting a new cycle. Some of you could be kind of withdrawing and retreating within yourselves, especially if this is a current person that you're choosing to walk away from. You're actually not going out and exploring other options. If you're walking away from a current person, you're kind of retreating within yourself and taking a healing path. Either way, though, I'm still kind of feeling like a lot of you are kind of isolating yourselves and retreating within and just not really, at least for the week, while this heavy Cancerian energy is just bam, until, man, we got, what, a couple more weeks of it before we're in your season? Some of you, it's just becoming a little bit too much. You're keeping your feelings to yourself, not really opening up to this person or pretty much anybody for that matter. Wow, this is going to be, looks like it's going to be a heavy week for Leo. Very heavy, but most people wouldn't even know it. Most people looking at you have no idea what you're going through. They have no idea that you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, about to break. They don't even know. You're keeping your composure very well. Very well. Get a couple of advice cards for Leo. Couple of advice cards. Man, if you're going to retreat within yourself and kind of isolate, that's fine, but just do the best you can to make peace with the past. Make peace with, I don't care what it is you want to do. The relationship you have with the past directly affects the energetic pathway you're carving out moving forward. So it don't matter if you want to move forward and meet a new person. It don't matter if you want to go back and try to reconcile with a past person. It don't matter if you just want to stick with yourself for a little bit. It don't matter what you want to do. Make peace with the past. Do the best you can to look back in the past and connect all those dots. See, your life is like a connect the dots puzzle, okay? You know, when you first get a connect the dots puzzle, it's just this big mess of dots, you know, and the picture doesn't start coming into perspective until you've connected a lot of the dots. Well, every one of those dots is an experience in your life. And we humans have this bad habit of when we get to a dot we don't like, we don't want to accept that as part of the picture. We don't want to accept it. So we'll try to skip around it or erase it, right? Because it's a painful dot. It's a hurtful dot. And then once we get up well into our adulthood, you know, late 20s, early to mid 30s, late 30s, early 40s, we take a look back on the past and the picture looks all fucked up. Looks all stupid because we didn't connect all the dots. Sometimes we got to sit back and go through the past and connect every one of those dots and accept every dot as part of the picture that is your life. And then once you start connecting all the dots and accepting every dot into your picture, you look back on it, you look at your life now, you look at where you're going, you see this beautiful masterpiece of an amazing work of art. Start working on that, no matter what you want to do, all right? Okie dokie. Virgo. Virgo. Oh, hang on. Not this deck. All right. What messages do we have for the Virgos? What messages do we have for the Virgos? Boom. Uh-oh. Tower card. I don't even want to speak on that yet. High Priestess. Ooh. So, hang on a second. Hang on a second, y'all. So your intuition is telling you something very specific. Some of you, now I'm seeing a lot of different messages here. Let me see if I can hit them all. Those of you dealing with somebody like a current person that you're currently dealing with, you very intuitively feel like it's going to come crashing down at any given moment. Some of you, even if it's not a current person, you still intuitively feel like the person you was dealing with is a little whore that has an inbox, a DM full of other people. Full of other people. Now, I don't know if whatever it is that you're intuitively picking up on is accurate or not. This is just mainly your perspective. But something is happening. You're coming to some sort of realizations about this person in this situation that's really, really, really affecting the connection. I do feel like you have somebody new coming in, though. Whatever type of situation you're currently dealing with right now, I do think that you're going to be surprised by a totally new random person making their way into your life. Totally new and random person. I'm thinking a lot of you, whoever this is a past person. And it's got past energy written all over it. Yeah. And with the Hangman, 4 cups. Silent standoff. Giving you the silent treatment. Every now and then you strongly suspect that they do something to try to get your attention. You know, like posting something on social media that may be directed towards you or something like that. Maybe for some of you, this person will just blatantly look at your damn Instagram story. You know? Maybe a couple of you, this person will hit like on your selfie or whatever. But they're, for the very most part, holding back and being very, very quiet. But you got something totally new coming in. Totally new. Totally new. I do not think this is a person that you know either. I think it's going to be very random and unexpected. Let's see what's the overall main general outcome for Virgo. Overall outcome. Ooh, the Empress. Woo! You might end up settling down in something long-term, yo. Ooh. I wasn't expecting that. I really wasn't. I really wasn't. You about to leap head first into a relationship with somebody new. You're leaving the past in the past. Whoever this was from the past, y'all ain't talking. Y'all ain't communicating. So you're dropping this all together. Dropping this all together and jumping straight into a new relationship. Leaving the past in the past. But you're still looking back on the past with some resentment, anger, bitterness, betrayal. Not saying you don't have the right to, just saying. Okay, let's get a couple of advice cards for the Virgo collective. Couple of advice cards. What's the best advice? Knight of Coins reversed. Okay, look, check it out. Don't ever put your life on hold waiting for anyone. 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 If you find yourself sitting around waiting for somebody, that's not your person. That ain't your person. Now, that doesn't mean y'all don't have a soul contract. You very well may. But it ain't that one person the universe picked for you. I've done a couple of, actually, I think about 2 or 3 readings over the past week or so where somebody's dealing with an incredibly toxic situation that came to an end and they've been in no contact, and the person says, I strongly feel like this is my person. Not saying that that can't happen. You know, anything is possible. There's a first time for everything. But the chances are very, 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 very unlikely that it's going to. Now, I'm not saying there will be no problems between you and your person. Not saying that. I'm not saying that the two of you will never butt heads. Not saying that there will be no arguments or nothing like that. What I'm saying is, when you're dealing with your person, y'all are going to work through the shit together as a team. Okay? If it gets to the point where y'all are parting ways, that means y'all ain't working together as a team. No finger pointing. Doesn't matter who. Doesn't matter who did what or who didn't do this or did that or this, that, the third, and the other thing. If it gets to the point where y'all parted ways, that means y'all weren't working together as a team. Again, there's exceptions to everything, okay? But very, very generally speaking, in the highest percentage of cases, those results aren't typical when you're with your actual person. Oh, y'all gonna butt heads. Oh, yes, you will. Oh, yes, you'll have your ups and downs. Oh, yes, you'll have your bad days. Oh, yes, you may even have a period, like a bad period. There may even be a couple of bad months. Fuck, maybe some of you might even have a bad year. But y'all gonna work through that shit as a team. So, don't put your life on hold waiting for nobody. If they want to walk out that door, let them go. If they want to stay over there and be quiet, later tater. Deuces. Bye. But don't let a new relationship distract you from the healing you need to do. Don't do that. Oh, don't do that. All right, Libra. What messages do we have for my Libra friends? Libra. Messages for Libra. Boom. 4 of Swords reversed. Hang on. So this person can't quit thinking about you, but they're trying to forget about you. They're trying to forget about you. Yeah. Trying to forget about you. They're trying to delete and erase your memory. Feels like a past person, man. Feels like a past person. So I'm feeling like whoever this is, been out trying to find somebody new. Right? Play the field, fuck around, date around, whatever. Trying to erase your memory. But it didn't work. It ain't been working. It hasn't been working. I'm feeling like y'all gonna end up in communication now. I think so. I do think so. But you know what? What you're going to realize when you talk to this person is it's not at all what you thought it would be. Not at all what you thought it would be. See, a lot of times we end up in separation with somebody and we spend all this time wanting to get back with them, wanting them to come back in our life. And what we do is we take the memory of when it was the best between the two of us, and we use that to project a picture of what it would be like if they came back. If they come back, it's going to go back to the way it was when we were happy. And then they come back. And what you thought it would be like and what reality is, especially they done been out getting energetically tangled up with other people, right? They've been going out fucking every Tom, Dick, and Harry, and Jane Blow, and Jane Doe, and John Doe. And then they come back to you with all this other energy all over them, right? You can feel that shit. Don't feel the same at all. At all. So, this is karmic though. You all are karmically tied. Now, what's the overall general outcome for Libra? Overall main general outcome. Will a reconciliation attempt be made? Will somebody totally different come in? What's the primary outcome here? Boom. 3 of Swords, man. Some of you, you're going to end up heartbroken when you talk to this person. Even if you don't think so. I know there's some of you who are kind of sitting back there laughing at me like, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm healed from this. I'm over it. Nah, I ain't got no expectations with this person. But wait till you talk to this person. It's going to trigger some unhealed emotions and whatnot that you didn't know was going on down there. Yup. But I am feeling like you are going to throw in the white towel on this situation altogether. And somebody new coming in. Ooh, this is happening quick. Oh, shit. That's risky business. Let's get the advice. Just 1 or 2 advice cards. What's the advice? Hermit. Well, okay. The reason why it's such risky, dangerous business to jump into a relationship while you're still so heavily tied to somebody else. The reason why is because you only attract according to the frequency in which you vibrate. So if I'm tied to somebody and I'm missing them or angry at them or whatever the case may be, and I'm still tied to this person, they still own space in my head, I am vibrating at a frequency that harmoniously resonates with that situation. My vibration, my imagination is replaying that situation and that scenario, and I'm casting that vibration that resonates with that situation all day long. All day long. So if I spend all my time imagining, right, that situation of what happened between the two of us and the fight we had and how mad I am at them, and I'm casting those frequencies out there, and then I attract a person into my life, what do you think is going to manifest? You only attract in according to the frequency in which you vibrate. The frequency that you're vibrating at when you attract someone in is the frequency that's going to manifest between the two of you. Does this make sense? I have been working my ass off for like the past 6 years now, trying to figure out how to explain this shit in the easiest way possible. Now, there's science behind this shit, y'all. Oh, this is not Rich Lopp's little theory. Oh, no, it's not. There's science behind this shit. What I'm telling you is not my opinion. What is my opinion is that my way of explaining it is easier to understand. That is my opinion. I could be dead wrong. I could be confusing the shit out of you. But does that make sense? So don't extend or accept any offers from anybody until you make a firm, solid decision what you're going to do with the other person you're tied to. Don't be tied to this person here saying, okay, I don't know what's going to happen with this, but maybe this person here. It's either going to be this person or this person. Is it going to be you? Is it going to be you? Which one? Which one? No, 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 no. I ain't even thinking about this person until I make a solid decision about this person first. I got to slam the door shut first. It's over. It's done. Dun 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 dun. Jesus Christ himself could ascend down from heaven and tell me, hey, this person's changed. They're really going to work on this with you, and you all could really build something. No, 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 no. I got to slam the door shut on one person first before I think about connecting with anybody else. Okay? All right. Scorpio. Scorpio. Mm-hmm. Scorpio. Do do ba do 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 do. Ba do 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 do. Boom bum bum. Bram ba dan dum dam. Ba do ba do ba do do ba do 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 do. Whoops. All right. I messed that up. Okay. Whatever. All right. Boom. Five of Swords reversed. Oh, did you find out some secret somebody was keeping? You either did or you're about to. I'm kind of feeling like some secrets are going to be revealed, or some sneaky shit is going to be revealed about a person or a situation. And for a lot of you, I think you highly suspect it. Anyways, I don't know. This isn't really telling me what kind of situation it is. Could be somebody you dealt with in the past. Could be somebody you're currently dealing with. Could be a potential new love interest. I don't know. It's like this is one of the most vague posts. One of the most vague spreads that I've seen for a while as far as that part of the energy. But regardless, I think that whoever this is, you've been kind of highly suspicious that there's some kind of ulterior motive or sneaky, shady shit going on here. And I am thinking that whatever that is about to be revealed. Or for some of you, it was very recently. One of the two. And whatever this is that you're finding out is making it almost impossible for you to look at this person the same ever again. You ain't looking at them the same once you find this out. That's a big fixed sign thing. Most fixed signs are like that, right? I'm a fixed sign. I totally get it. Every fixed sign I've ever met is like that, you know? When I'm with you, I'm with you. I'm fucking loyal. But once you do something to prove to me that you can't be trusted, it's going to be very hard to get my trust back. I ain't never going to look at you the same, ever. When you show me your true colors, it's a wrap. It's a fucking wrap. I don't care if I've known you for a year, 2 years, 5 years, or 10 years. When you show me your true colors, it's a fucking wrap. And I'm thinking that's what's happening here. You're seeing somebody's true colors, and you ain't never going to look at them the same. Some of you dealing with a Gemini. I also have Cancer and Sagittarius here. Okay, communication coming in, but hang on. We'll see the outcome before I talk about communication, because I don't even know what that is. Again, this was too confusing as to whether it was past, current, or new. I don't know. What is the general outcome? General outcome for Scorpio. General outcome. The general outcome. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, there's somebody new coming in. Yeah, you're connecting with somebody new, but I don't think you're... Hang on. Death card. Whatever this situation was with whoever Whoever that was, you are dropping that. Yup. Death card, Tower card. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun fucking dollar, right? I am kind of feeling like you're connecting with somebody new, but to be 100% honest with you, it feels like somebody's coming in that you ain't really vibing with. I'm kind of feeling like a lot of you got somebody digging you that you ain't feeling. I don't know if this is somebody that you currently know. Kind of feels like most of you, it might be somebody you currently know. And for some of you, you may be kind of suspicious that they got a little thing for you, but you're like, nah, I'm not feeling you, you know? Doesn't it always fucking happen that way? Now, a lot of times if it comes up, I like to explain the quantum physics behind why that works that way to my personal clients. But doesn't it just always happen that way? Like the person I'm digging doesn't even notice me. The only person that's really digging me is this person I'm not into, you know? It's like, why can't this person feel that way about me? Well, that's no accident that it happens that way. If you pay close attention, though, pay real close attention next time you find yourself in that situation, the person you're into is way more into somebody that's not that into them. Watch. It's like a chain reaction of energy. It's push-pull energy, all right? Whatever you're pulling away from is pushing you. Whatever you're pushing energy at is pulling away from you. I call it push-pull. All right, anyway, let's get some advice here. Let's get some advice, because somebody's trying to connect with you that you really ain't feeling, like at all. Let's see what the advice is. Whoa, what happened there? 5 of Cups reverse. Well, healing, obviously, is your number one priority. I've already beat that drum to death here for this video, so I don't want to talk too much about that. Okay, ooh, 7 of Swords. Hang on. Man, I think this is a period in time where you might need to put your guard up. There's a time and a place for everything. But whoever this is that's coming in that you ain't feeling, somebody, I don't know if it's somebody hitting you up on social media. Maybe some of you, somebody at the workplace got a crush on you that you just ain't digging. Don't let your guard down. Don't let your guard down. Because I think that this person, it's probably not below them to try to manipulate their way into your life. And so when you got somebody that's very determined to get a certain something out of you, one thing, if you're dealing with a pushy, persistent person who won't take no for an answer, you want to put your guard up and don't let them know nothing about how you feel about anything, because they'll figure out a way to manipulate you. If they know how you feel, if they know one of your weaknesses, if they find a kink in your armor, they'll use it. They'll use it. So for those of you moving on from whatever this situation is here, this is saying this might be a good time right now to kind of go off by yourself and focus on your goals. Set a goal of some sort. Now, will accomplishing a goal, like a financial goal, heal you and make your life better? No, it won't. But the journey, the pursuit of working on a goal, you'll start to learn, can be very healing. Can be very, very healing. Yeah, whoever this is, though, that you ain't digging, don't let your guard down. Don't let your guard down, okay? It wouldn't be below them to try to manipulate their way into your life, okay? All right. Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Could I get y'all to do me a huge favor and smash that like button for me, please? I appreciate you. Let's see if we can get as many likes as there are people in the chat. All right. Boom, 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 Sagittarius. Boom. King of Pentacles. Some of you could be interested in somebody that's very successful, maybe. Could be dealing with somebody that owns a business, probably. I know that's not all of you. But whoever it is, ooh, they seem kind of emotionally detached and like they have a bad, shitty attitude towards you. You may think this person hates you. Yeah, I think you strongly, strongly suspect that, and if you, I'm sorry, y'all, past energy. Past energy. I think y'all strongly suspect that this person hates you. I don't think so. I don't think so. I do think that they are holding on to a lot of bitterness. Oh, yeah. They're still mad about whatever it was that happened. But they still feel a real strong connection with you. Okay? They want you to think that they hate you because they don't want you to know how strongly connected to you they feel. They don't want you to know that. They don't want you to know that. So in their mind, they have to overcompensate. And it's like, well, I can't let Sagittarius know how I feel. All right. So if I make you think I hate you, then this is the last thing that you would expect ever. Some of you dealing with a Gemini. Matter of fact, I bet you a lot of you are dealing with a Gemini. That's one of the one of the top leading energetic mismatches that come through my line of work. For those of you dealing with a Gemini, you know that is your opposite sign, right? I see it all the time. All the time. Kind of like Virgo and Pisces, I see that all the time. Anyway, though, no, they just don't, whoever this is, I do kind of think that they want to talk to you deep, deep down. But you see, the reason they don't want you to know how they feel is because the same thing. They assume that you hate them. Y'all are mirroring each other, especially if you're dealing with a damn Gemini. That's your opposite sign, your mirror image reflection energy. It doesn't matter what sign it is. Y'all know it could be any sign, but y'all are mirroring each other. You think they hate you. They think you hate them. So that's why they're overcompensating and making you think that they hate you, because that would embarrass them if you knew how they felt while you hate them. Make sense? Make sense? I'm gonna have to burn some sage after this one, y'all. This is heavy. I'm gonna take a sage break here in a minute. Let me see the outcome. Overall, main general outcome for Sagittarius. Is this person taking any action? Will there be an outcome here? Ace of Wands reverse. Now, this situation is stuck at a halt. Stuck at a daggone standstill. Three of Wands reverse. You ain't waiting on them, no. But I do think that they are planning to reconnect with you at some point in the future. They're planning for it. They're just not really taking any action right now. But they are planning for it. But you know what? It almost kind of feels like the more time passes, the more you're just kind of losing the fire and the passion for this situation anyways. I almost kind of feel like y'all are going to wake up one day and just be over it. You know, you go to bed sweating this shit, dreading it, like losing sleep over it. You finally get some sleep. You wake up and you're like, man, fuck that. Fuck that. I'm done. So new doorways of opportunity are opening for you. What's the advice for Sagittarius? What's the advice? Eight of Wands. Hey, you know what? Page of Cups reversed. You know what? Okay, so yes, it probably would be in your best interest to see what other doorways of opportunity will open for you. But when it feels right, okay, let me separate you all into groups, okay? To the group of you who are dealing with a recent situation, this happened recently, like the last month or two, let a little bit of time pass before you take this advice. But for those of you dealing with a situation not so recent, 6 months ago, 8 months ago, a year ago, something like that, shoot this person a closure message. Shoot them a closure message. Let it be known that you don't, in fact, hate them. Not only do you not hate them, but you wish them love, light, prosperity, success, and healing. And they may try to respond in a way that gets a negative reaction out of you. Don't do it. If they come back and they say, oh, fuck you, I don't ever want to see you again. I hope you get AIDS and die like a dumb slut. Blah, 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 blah. You know, trying to piss you off. Don't do it. If you say anything, just say, okay, I wish you love, light, and happiness. Have a good one. You know, don't feed into it. But I think shoot this person a closure message. Yup. You know what? And this is for everybody. I don't care why you're watching this video. I don't care who you are. You know what the best revenge is? Some of you have heard me say this. What's the best revenge? The best revenge against a toxic person. Success and healing. Success and healing. There is nothing, and I mean nothing, that will dig up under a toxic person's skin and eat them alive more than watching you heal, move forward, and become successful. Go heal and do better. Telling you. All right, Capricorn. What are the messages for the Capricorn clan? Boom, boom. All right, some of you are dealing with a karmic tie. You and this person are karmically tied. I don't know if the two of you were karmic soulmates when you first came together. Some of you were, but you are now. If this wasn't a karmic soulmate when you first met, it is now, technically. Now, that doesn't mean that it has to be for the rest of your life. But right now, in this current moment, you all created some karma together, and you are karmically tied. Ooh, I think I know where this is going. Okay, yeah. Yup, I knew it. So some of you are dealing with somebody who is totally fucking fake. This has fake bullshitter written all over it. This feels to me like a past person, putting on a show, a fake bullshit show, hoping that you're watching and thinking that, man, they've moved on, they're happy. Some of you, they may be in a new relationship, doing so good, man, they're so successful now, they've moved on with their life, they're doing better. That's a load of bullshit. That is a load of bullshit. Both of you still feel a very strong sense of unfinished business and have unanswered questions. Thank you, Sean, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you. Now, I do think that this person is counting on you showing up in their inbox at some point. Counting on it. So far, it doesn't look like you're doing that. But if you do, if you was to show up in this person's inbox, they have a copy and paste script written out for you. They already know what they're going to say. They already know exactly what they want to say to you. So far, though, it doesn't look like anybody's coming forward. It doesn't look like you are or them. Yeah, I'm feeling like you're moving on from this. Let me just put it to you like this, though. Their little quest to try to replace you wasn't that successful. Now, some of you may be dealing with somebody who is currently in a new relationship. Now, just to let you know, I am not allowed to dive in and spy on the personal details of somebody else's personal private life. Okay, I can't do that. But I can read the general energy. And for those of you dealing with somebody in a current relationship, it ain't as great as they're trying to make it look. No, it's not. Oh, no, it's not. It's worse than what happened with y'all. For real. Thank you, Tiffany, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you. So what's the overall main general outcome for Capricorn? New things coming in, old things coming back. What do we got, man? Is this situations? Is there going to be communication here? Like what's the outcome here? Page of Wands reversed. Now, they definitely ain't coming forward, and I don't think you are either. Temperance reversed. Sun card reversed. So not a lot of action happening with this particular situation here. Some of you are going to end up with the chance for a possible new connection, but you're kind of hanging back and not making a decision. Thank you, Nicole, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Yeah, I think that a new doorway of opportunity is opening for you, somebody that you could connect with, but you're not making a decision. There's still unfinished business between you and whoever this person is, and you're not making a solid decision about whether or not you're moving forward with a new person or reconnecting with a past person. Not quite making that decision yet. So, honestly, it looks kind of like a boring week, to be honest with you. Looks like a boring week. Let's get the advice. Let's get the advice. What's the advice for Capricorn? Page of Wands reversed again. So you saw that came out in the last spread. You're already doing that, okay? Don't be connecting with anybody who doesn't have the maturity to step up to the plate and be the person you need them to be. Thank you, Lynette, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you. Hang on. Hang on. Hold-y-do. Okay, yeah. King of Wands reversed. Don't let nobody play no games with you. Don't let nobody play no games with you. You know, like indirect communication, silent treatment, shit like that. Don't play the game. Don't connect with nobody that plays them kind of games. Now, there's nothing wrong with connecting with a new person. Nothing wrong with that. I would say, though, that you want to lay solid, firm boundaries. So my news wanting to make their way in, lay down the fucking law. Yo, not really looking for a relationship right now. I'm not going to lie to you. We can kick it and see if we vibe. But I'm going to tell you what, right goddamn now, don't get your hopes up because I ain't looking for that right now. We'll see if we vibe. Is that cool with you? And firm boundaries. Firm. They start trying to push and poke and test those boundaries, then that's when you want to fucking crack the whip. And if they keep doing it, later. Deuces. Bye. I'm out of here. I done told you what my boundaries are. You keep trying to cross them, that means you don't respect me. I ain't dealing with nobody. That's one of the biggest red flags you can deal with in connecting with somebody new. For all of you. I don't care what your sign is. Set a boundary. Now, when I say set a boundary, let's set a reasonable boundary. You know, common sense, common human decency. You know, for example, let's say, for example, I don't sleep with nobody for the first 2 weeks. When I connect with somebody new, we ain't sleeping together in the first 2 weeks. It ain't happening. That's a reasonable boundary. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Now, if you said something like, oh, we ain't going to sleep together for the first year, now that's a little bit extreme and that's a little bit out there. I mean, hey, if that's your boundary, that's your boundary. But I'm talking about set a reasonable, common sense, common human decency boundary and see how they respond to it. See how they respond to it. They test that boundary once. Now that calls to question whether or not you respect me. But okay, I'll give you another chance. No, don't fucking do that again. I done told you what my boundary is. They cross that boundary twice. Yo, you are on thin ass fucking ice, dude. They test that boundary a third time. That straight up means I don't respect you. I have no respect for you whatsoever. All right? Later. Nope. And you gotta be willing to die standing on the hill of your boundaries, y'all. All right. Aquarius. What are the messages for the Aquarius collective? Boom. Knight of Pentacles. I don't know what to say about that yet. Hold up. Don't know what to say about that. All right. You're in an internal mental battle right now about this situation. Yeah, you're up in your head. You're not sure. There's days where you feel like you intuitively know something about this person or this situation. But then there's other days where you think maybe you're just making all this up in your head. Now, I do think that whoever this is you dealing with, they do be keeping an eye on you and they be checking up on you. Some of you really intuitively feel like like I said, it goes back and forth. One day you are absolutely convinced that this person's going to come forward. You own space in their head, but then the next day you're like, man, am I just making all that up in my head? Does this person even know that I exist? Did they completely forget about my existence? And I think honestly, the truth kind of falls somewhere in the middle a little bit. Yeah, from time to time they do obsess over you, and that's when it kicks in, and you feel it very strongly. You can feel when they're watching you. You can feel when they're sitting there pondering whether or not to reach out to you. You can feel that shit. But then the next day they try to bury you and forget about you and basically just try to forget about you altogether. And then that's when, you feel the energetic disconnect. So this person hopes you're watching them. Oh, they hope you're watching them. I'm getting a really strong feeling that the majority of you, maybe you were watching them very closely at one point, but you're not anymore. Some of you aren't even putting your attention into this person at all. You're doing the best you can to try to cut yourself off from it. They hope you're watching, though. They care. For some reason, it's really important to them how you perceive them. They really want you to perceive them a certain way. I don't know why. It's not even really telling me exactly what they want you to think about them. All it's really telling me is that the picture you have in your mind of where they are in life and what's going on in their life is very important to them. So, some of you dealt with a Scorpio. I also have Cancer. Could be a fellow Aquarius for some of you. I have Libra here too. All right, well, is this the Aquarius saga again? The Aquarius saga, I thought, ended a while back, didn't it? Is this the same damn Aquarius saga, or is this a new one? Because it's kind of starting to feel like the same stories are starting to come through again. That's what it's feeling like. What's the outcome overall? Is this person taking any action? Anything new coming in? Or is Aquarius just going to go hermit mode? Now, this situation is stuck at a standstill. While you drive yourself crazy overthinking it. But I do think that you're going to realize that you're doing a lot more healing from this situation than you know. Thank you, Sarah, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you. Something is going to happen. I don't know if you're going to maybe hear a rumor about this person, or something is going to happen that makes you see this person from a totally different light. Like maybe you run into an old friend that tells you something about them that makes you see them totally differently, or something is happening that's making it much, much easier for you to release this situation. And a lot of you are really going to find yourself at a place where it's like, wow, you know what? Even if they came forward, I don't want that no more. Almost overnight. I don't think it's going to be quite an overnight process, but it is, that realization is going to like really start setting in very, very quickly. Thank you, Joycey, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you. Man, y'all been on fire with the super chats tonight. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. I've noticed that since I started streaming in portrait mode, the algorithm, it's put me in a different algorithm. And it's put me in a different algorithm. I don't prefer it, but it seems like the algorithm prefers it, so. All right. Let's get some advice for Aquarius. Just a couple of advice cards. Any advice for the Aquarian collective? What's the advice? Ooh, the Devil card. So some of you are definitely going to be tested. Thank you, Juan, for the super chat. Appreciate you. I think a lot of you are going to be tested. There's going to be an open door of opportunity that presents itself to you that's going to mirror a lesson that you learned very recently. Because it's time for you to level up. It's time for you to level up. And nobody levels up without being tested. Thank you, Paulette, for the super chat. Appreciate you. And so you're going to be tested. Now, people get freaked out when you say that. They think, oh my God, am I going to pass the test? Oh my God, oh. It's not, dude, honestly, when you really fully step into the energy of abundance from within, it's fucking simple, dude. So simple. So simple. You know when you connect with somebody, all those little red flags. You see a red flag and you talk yourself out of it. Oh, they didn't mean it that way. No, they didn't mean it. You know, they said one thing one day, another thing another day. Oh no, they didn't mean it. I'm sure they didn't mean to. You know, you make an excuse for it. You all have a very low tolerance for red flags when you're really fully embodying the energy of love and abundance. Because you become fulfilled from the inside. When you become fulfilled from the inside, you're not so desperate to bring somebody into your life that you're willing to just put up with anything. You ain't gonna put up, your bullshit-o-meter gets so sensitive and you won't put up with nothing. Thank you, Juan, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you. So I don't think the majority of you have anything to worry about. I don't think so. Majority of you ain't got nothing to worry about. I would say probably at least 75% of you are going to pass the test. Now, a good chunk of you are going to be tested more than once. Not all of you, but I would say that of the 75% that pass the test, probably probably about 60% of that group is going to be tested more than once. Every now and then, somebody will be tested 3, 4, 5 times. And they come to me for readings too. They'll come to me and ask me, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? I keep connecting with people, but I keep turning relationships down left and right and left and right. What am I doing wrong? I tell them nothing. You ain't doing nothing wrong. That's exactly what you should be doing when something don't fucking feel right. If I had to make a list of the top 5 reasons why people go to the end of their life never getting to attract their actual person, somewhere on that list would be trying to force a relationship to work with somebody that you clearly don't need to be with. Clearly. Spinning around in circles, repeating the same cycle with somebody you clearly don't need in your life. If you waste enough time doing that, you could pass that timeline up. You could pass up your person. You could surpass that and go to the end of your life never attracting them, ever. It does happen. It's not as uncommon as you would think. How many people go to their deathbed alone? A lot. A whole lot. A lot of people go to the end of their life having never met their person. A whole lot. Why? Well, that's one of the reasons. That's not the only reason, but that's definitely on that list. Anyway, Pisces. What messages do we have for Pisces? Boom, 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 boom. Man, didn't this come through for y'all last reading I did? Didn't that come through for y'all? Dude, man, Pisces got blessings on the horizon. Blessings, yo. Sweet, sweet. Well, I don't want to say too much about it just yet because I don't know what other kind of situation you're dealing with. 2 more shuffles, 2 more. Some of you could possibly be dealing with a long distance connection. Okay, let's see. Okay. I see past energy and new energy. Past and new. Now, I'm going to try to cover every situation here, okay? The first message that yells at me is those of you dealing with a new person that you recently connected with, okay? So I'm going to try to get all of you one by one, okay? For those of you dealing with a new person you just recently connected with, there is a lot of potential. A whole lot. A whole lot. Also, somebody from your past is watching the whole thing, pissed off, hoping to God you get your heart broke. Hoping to God. Now, for those of you who are interested in a past person, they still be keeping an eye on you. They still be keeping an eye on you. But they're under the impression that you're happier and better off without them. I don't know if that's true or not, but for whatever reason, the way they see you, they think that you're better off without them. They think that you're happier now. Now, for those of you who are dealing with a current person, you're kind of starting to come to your senses about this situation. You're starting to realize that it doesn't need to come to an end just yet. Not quite yet, but you're kind of torn. I don't think you're in love with this person. I don't think you are, if you're dealing with a current person. Either way, the current person, Pisces, you ain't in love with them, are you? You ain't. So you're torn. You don't know what to do. I know that was a lot of scattered messages that were kind of all over the place. Hopefully you could take a message from that was important. Yeah. There's some trust issues here, but you see the potential that the two of you have, but you're not in love with this person. Matter of fact, yeah, see, the Ten of Cups is the only cups I have on the table here. And that's a good cup card, but when it's mixed with Queen of Swords, King of Swords reversed, again, y'all are mirroring each other. And the Seven of Swords. Yeah, I don't think there's a mutual love connection here. Let's just get the overall main general outcome for Pisces. What's happening? When things take a turn for the best, take a turn for the worst. Let's see. Okay, man. Chariot reversed again, the same one that jumped out last time. So for those of you dealing with a past person, you are not opening up to this person at all. They may try to get your attention, but I don't see them straight up coming forward. If they don't get your attention, that's not going to last long. They're going to pretty much drop that and forget about it. For those of you dealing with a potential new person, if you're wondering if you're getting ghosted, you're not. For those of you who are suspicious that a current person you're dealing with may be cheating on you, no, they're not. I'm being told to tell you that. But it looks kind of like a boring, flat plateau here. There's not a lot of movement happening. Not a lot of movement with whoever this is you're connecting with. No forward movement. Y'all are stuck at a standstill at a plateau. So, not a lot of improvement. I don't know though. There's three choices. You could make improvement going up. You could plateau and just, right? Or you could do a nosedive and crash and burn. I personally think a plateau is better than a nosedive. But if this energy isn't put in check here really soon, it will nosedive by default. Because there's still some trust issues here. And not only is there trust issues, but I'm thinking if you get real honest with yourself, a lot of you are dealing with a person that you don't even really have feelings for. Not at the deepest level. Not the deepest level. Maybe on the surface, you may be attached to them, but genuinely in love, I don't think you are. Do we have any advice? Advices for Pisces. I haven't said that in forever, have I? All right, the Hierophant in the reverse. Okay, so here's the thing. Hang on. Okay, yeah. So here's the thing. When it comes to learning lessons, okay, a lot of us kind of have a bad habit of sitting and talking about the lesson that we learned, but then somehow we end up finding ourselves repeating that cycle all over again. I've had clients come to me and ask me, I know I learned my lesson, so why does the universe keep doing this to me? Because you don't get to just sit around and talk about the lesson that you learned. You can't just sit around and think about the lesson that you learned. Now, that's good. I'm not saying don't do that at all. But when you are learning a lesson, it ain't going to count until you integrate that lesson into your life. You will eventually have to show the universe that you learned your lesson. The universe is going to keep putting you through that same situation over and over and over. Imagine this. Imagine you're in school, right? And you want to make it to the next grade. And they test you, you take a test, and you fail it. You walk up to the teacher a couple of weeks later, and you're like, all right, teacher, okay, I see everything that I did wrong. I've been studying, and I know it all now. I get it. I know what I need to know to pass to the next grade. He's not just going to say, oh, you did? Oh, okay, cool. All right. I'll pass you. No, he's going to say, oh, you learned? Okay, prove it. Take the test again. Take it again. Take it again. Take it again. Take it again. The universe is going to do you the same way. Yup. But a lot of you, kind of like what I said to Aries. Matter of fact, some of you could be dealing with an Aries. Time for a new cycle, ready or not. If you ain't ready, boy, I'm going to tell you what, all of the past lessons that you needed to learn are going to pile on top of the next lessons coming up. Ready or not, you're actually passing to the next level. A whole new cycle. But again, if you didn't learn your lessons, it's going to pile on top of the next lessons. It's going to. So do the best you can whenever you find yourself in any kind of situation that you've been in before, to look back in the past, ask yourself, what should I have done then? And I'm going to do that this time, right? All right, y'all, I feel like those were the messages that all my signs of the zodiac needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. I'm eternally grateful to every last one of you that tuned in, played along, and showed love, support, and positive feedback. Thanks again for the super chats, likes, comments, shares, all that good stuff, man. I love it. Makes my job worthwhile here on YouTube, y'all. Don't forget to check the description of the video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. And for those of you who missed the memo, I still have a July reading sale going on. So remember, I had the 4th of July reading sale where all of my full personal readings were half price. Well, since the 4th of July has passed, now the 1-day turnaround readings went back to regular price, but the other full personal readings will remain half price throughout the remainder of July, okay? So check the description of the video and you'll find that link that'll take you straight to that page on my website, all right? All right, I'm out of here now, y'all. I wish you love, luck, light, and prosperity on your journey. Stay blessed.